Do you remember that moment when it all started feeling too hard? You were sitting there, maybe late at night, your laptop showing yet another spreadsheet, another strategy document, another to-do list that seemed to multiply by the minute. Your business existed. That wasn't the problem. And maybe you're now even making sales here and there, maybe even having some good months. But it's not what you imagined. It's kind of slow, it's unpredictable. And every time you check your progress, it's the same story. One step forward, two steps sideways, and every decision feeling heavy and confusing. Should I plow more time into this idea, or am I too absent at home already? Should I hire that expensive expert or just get on with it myself? There's no clear roadmap. There's no blueprint, no proven path forward. It's just endless choices without clear answers. Friends who look at you funny when you try to explain how hard it is and then ask you, well, why are you doing it then? And then you look at other successful entrepreneurs and wonder if they'd figured something out that you haven't. And it feels like this is how it's always going to be. Like maybe this constant overwhelm, this endless juggle between vision and reality, between impact and income, between business and life is just normal. And then there's the part that nobody talks about. When you catch yourself missing another family dinner, another bedtime story, another weekend that was supposed to be just us time, the way your partner's supportive smile has started to look a little strained. The growing list of I'll make it up to you later promises, you tell yourself it's temporary. That once the business is more stable, once things are running smoothly, you'll have more time, more presence, more balance. But deep down, you wonder if that day is ever going to come, or if this constant tug of war between your business dreams and your personal life is just how it has to be. It feels like a bloody nightmare. And maybe you've thought about going back to that corporate world, the one you tried to escape through the business you created. And you've tried everything, haven't you? The productivity apps, the business coaching programs, the advisors, and some help temporarily. Shouldn't we just be grateful for that? No, they all seem to add more to your plate instead of giving you the clarity you were really looking for. And the most frustrating part about all of this, the bit that really kills you, is that you know you have something valuable to offer. You know your business could make a massive difference in the world. So what if your business could feel different? Imagine waking up each morning feeling clear, feeling confident, no more guessing, no more overwhelm, just clarity and authenticity at every single step. Picture looking back at your progress and seeing a steady stream of ideal clients who've worked with you and achieved results, not just this month, but every month like clockwork. Think about having a business that doesn't make you feel like you're drowning, where you know exactly what problem you're solving. You know that you and your values are fully aligned with the solution that you've created, where you have systems that attract perfect fit customers, where work doesn't feel like a grind and guilt is a thing of the past. Creating a brand, content, and messaging that actually converts instead of posting into the void, where you have a solid sales process that keeps clients coming through the maybe virtual door, where you don't just know the why, but you get the how of the business and have all the support you need without breaking the bank, where you can see where your revenue is coming from months ahead of time and finally have the confidence to raise your prices and know that you will have clients that say yes. And you have the time to focus on growth because your systems handle the rest and you become known as the go-to expert in your space. So in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how you can transform your business and your life from overwhelming chaos into a streamlined success machine using the same system that got me from a crazy start to a successful exit. But before that, hi, I'm Helen Maguire, and over the past 8 years, I've built and sold businesses, one in the B2B, one in the B2C space, exiting my last one for 7 figures. I've been featured in hundreds of press articles on stages, podcasts globally, and worked with giants like Facebook, Amazon, and HSBC. I've built communities of over 80,000 people and created AI tech without understanding a line of code myself. In 2023, I joined the 0.5% of women who successfully sold their companies with a 7-figure exit. But let me take you back to where this really started. In 2015, I was sitting in front of my laptop at 2 a.m. with 2 kids under 2, one of them still wide awake, upstairs crying. Fresh out of my career at the BBC and BBDO, I thought my first go as a founder was going to make me millions. But building a women's careers platform in the Middle East and then expanding it to Asia with 3 kids under 4 was one of the hardest things I've ever done. The clients were coming in, but slowly. The revenue was there, but it wasn't predictable. And every month just felt like starting over. And every expert had different advice about what I should do next. And not super relatable advice either. Marketing, sales, investment, everything felt urgent. Nothing felt clear. But something inside me wouldn't let go. And instead of giving up, I became obsessed with finding a solution to the issues of workplace equality and my own issues of solving it as a new founder. And over the next 8 years, I invested every spare minute and every spare pound into understanding how I could solve the problem, what model I needed, and how to find the people and investment to make it happen. Not the surface level stuff that everyone talks about, but the real mechanics of sustainable growth. I joined 3 different world-renowned accelerator programs. I studied under renowned mentors who built multi-million-dollar companies. I tested everything in real time as I pivoted into my second business in 2020. But the real breakthrough came when I realized something powerful. Every successful business I studied, including my own, succeeded because they mastered what I now call the success triangle. First, they had absolute clarity about their direction, not just what they were building and why it mattered, who it served and how it aligned with their own vision, but also with their values and with their family situation. This clarity acted like a compass, guiding every decision and cutting through the noise of endless opportunities until connections, network, community, and support flowed towards them rather than feeling totally out of reach. Second, they'd mastered their value, the real numbers, the pricing strategies, the sales systems that created predictable, sustainable growth, and the processes to make it all work together with the right hires at the right time. It's not just about making money, but building real wealth through smart commercialization. I'm talking about knowing exactly what numbers drive growth, having sales systems that triple your leads, and pricing strategies that make sense for the clients you want to attract and the life you want to live. And finally, number 3, they knew how to connect with their audience, with their prospects, with their clients, with their potential investors, and with their teams without breaking the bank, building brands, both personal and business, that had a secret at their heart. And I want to tell you about that secret. They'd cracked the code on how to communicate their value in a way that made them stand out in a super crowded market. A strategy I want to share with you in this video because it isn't just about marketing. It's about building a magnetic brand that attracts perfect fit clients. It's how I built a global B2B business from my bedroom without spending on expensive ad campaigns, and how we created momentum that fueled our eventual exit. When I applied these 3 elements in my own business, things started to shift. We attracted 18 investors to fund growth. We were invited onto multiple accelerator programs. We were clear on our ideal clients and didn't worry about our competition. We knew exactly who we needed to hire, and our sales ramped up, reaching 6 figures in less than a year. We gained raving fans through social media who spoke for us and brought in deals. We gained 100 plus pieces of free press and promotional opportunities, and we started winning awards, positioning us at the forefront of our industry. I had a clear roadmap that signposted a positive exit. I knew how and when to spend my time, both at work and at home, and investors began approaching us instead of us having to chase them. From random client wins to predictable outreach and return, from constant overwhelm to confident business owner, from hoping things would work out to knowing exactly what drives results. And I made all the mistakes in my first business so that my second could win. That company attracted serious investor attention and scaled across multiple markets globally. And like I mentioned earlier, in 2023, I joined the 0.5% of women who successfully sold their company with a 7-figure exit. But here's what's even more exciting. This wasn't just luck or timing. It was a repeatable strategy that I've now watched transform so many businesses. More importantly, I created something that worked not just for me, but for other founders with responsibilities too. And I've not stopped learning. Just this year, putting solid science and power around my approaches as an accredited cognitive behavioral therapist and now Reiki master. I wanted to give people a clear roadmap to nailing entrepreneurship. So I wrote my first book, the Female Founder Formula. I wrote it for people who were tired of the constant guesswork, who were done with random acts of marketing and hoping things would just work out, who knew they were meant for more but needed a clear path to get there. Like Leah, Sophie, Janine, Rebecca, Zoe, and Georgina, all of whom have been through the program this year and created massive success. All hugely successful businesswomen in their own right, all wanting to create genuine momentum and impact and get organized, to feel like what they were doing was worth missing family time for, that it was successful, that they could genuinely grow their businesses, but just struggling to make sense of what their next step on the path through what felt like a jungle. So I want to introduce you to how I did it. This is the exact step-by-step system I've engineered while building and selling and exiting and learning through business. The same system that helped me join the 0.5% of women who successfully exit their businesses. The same system that creates predictable results without the constant overwhelm, without the endless hustle, without sacrificing everything else in your life, without the family stress. And just like how I shared it with my founders so far, we've all seen increased leads, increased sales, increased impact without spending an extra penny on expensive campaigns or extra hires. I want to share it with you because this is exactly for you. But we both know that scaling, seeing impact when you have a lot of other stuff going on in your life is going to present a unique set of challenges. I know, I've been there. And what is that price that you're currently paying? The price of being stuck in overwhelm and confusion is second guessing every decision, questioning your worth and wondering whether it's all actually worth it. It's the biggest limiting belief there is, compromising precious family time, figuring how to meet endless responsibilities and to-do lists, and lying awake at night wondering if you're doing enough or even doing the right thing. Navigating every system alone, making costly mistakes and learning hard lessons while trying to maintain your confidence, watching opportunities slip away because you didn't have the support system you needed to step into your full potential and make the best choices. That's the price most women entrepreneurs pay to build businesses that make both impact and income. And the problem is it takes years of playing small, countless compromises, depleted energy, sleepless nights, and thousands in costly mistakes to get there. And as women, we often do this while carrying the mental load of everything else in our lives. So here's what I'm going to do for you. I paid for the success so you don't have to. I went out, got underestimated by investors, doubted my pricing, and struggled with visibility so you don't have to. I tested every system, refined every process, and built systems that work specifically for founders with other responsibilities in their first few years so you don't have to. I figured out the exact path to predictable growth while maintaining your well-being so you don't have to. Which means there's only one thing left you have to do, and that's to book a call. So you can finally get the support and the clarity that you deserve. And when you book a call, here's what's going to happen. We're going to have an honest, a real, a frank conversation. No pretense, no pressure, but I want to hear your story and I want to ask some questions. And you'll tell me where your business is now, what challenges you're facing and what's holding you back from creating the impact you know you're capable of. I'll ask you a few clarifying questions, and within a few minutes, I'll understand exactly what is going on. You'll discover why you're not scaling with confidence, why you keep getting pulled into the day-to-day instead of leading strategically, and the real reason why you haven't yet created the impact and the income you know is possible. And you can use my success triangle system. You'll walk away knowing exactly what that is, exactly what to do, how to do it, and the clear path forward. And when our conversation ends, you'll have a crystal clear roadmap, a blueprint, if you like, for scaling your business, and more importantly, the exact steps to start seeing real growth very quickly without sacrificing everything else in your life over the next 30 days. And from there, it's your choice. You can continue on this journey alone, trying to figure everything out by yourself, pretty much like I did at the start, or we can do this together and fast track everything. I'll guide you every step of the way, from overwhelmed entrepreneur to confident woman leader, with a business that actually runs without consuming your entire life. Again, the choice is yours. And either way, you'll leave our conversation at least knowing exactly what's been holding you back, how to move past it, and the best path forward. So now you've made it this far, it's clear you're ready to build something meaningful. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be here listening to me. So how are you going to create this transformation? Are you going to pay for it with years of doubt, compromise, and constant overwhelm? Or are you going to invest in a genuine conversation that could change everything? If you weren't this capable, if you weren't this passionate about making a difference, if you weren't ready to step into your full potential, you wouldn't have made it this far. So we both know what needs to happen next. Book a free 30-minute call and let's talk. Let's get to the heart of what's really holding your business back. And I promise you this, after our conversation, you'll never look at your business in the same way again. I know it might seem like a really bold promise, but I've done this now with multiple founders and I know you might have doubts, but once we connect, you'll see exactly how possible it is and you'll understand how everything can change. The only question is, are you ready to finally give yourself permission to succeed on your own terms? Book the call. Let's create something extraordinary together.